In that video, Vivi is walking around the streets of Hong Kong, the same place where Eve and Chu dance. In Every Day I Need You, a special guest makes an appearance, Jin Sul. Even before Kim Lip was revealed, BBC had this mystery girl feature on a song with Vivi. They would not do that unless it serviced the lore, which it undoubtedly did. Vivi was said to have rescued Jin Sul from a basement in Hong Kong, which explains why, in between black and white shots, we finally see Jin Sul awaken in the Looniverse once we see her in color. Also, when Vivi was with Ha Sol at the aquarium in Vivi's letter to Hong Kong Cinema Theory, we see Jin Sul looking at the tank with intent, most likely to acquire her fish. But we're getting ahead of ourselves just a bit. Let's get back to X4X. In a similar fashion, Chu is seen walking the streets and alleyways of Hong Kong in black and white. The only difference is, when she comes to, the screen flashes red and she unites with Eve to make half of the whole butterfly. But does this mean that Chu is Eve's mirror, since they are a pair? If that were veritable, then this theory would check out. But, as I said earlier, the X4X teaser is different than the other XX teasers, as it is more associated with the next comeback. We'll talk more about this in my burn analysis. X4X also has major similarities to Egoist, another music video that I predict will be heavily linked to the burn era. If anything, perhaps Chu is not her mirror, but rather her partner in their yin and yang pair. There is one scene in Egoist that flashes between the YY by Y girls, alluding to them being one essence but four persons. We see a similar motif in the Youth by Young teaser, as it is central to their storyline. But again, we'll cover this in a different video. Back to Butterfly. The sun sets, and Olivia sings, "It gets dizzy, everything around me is blue." I discussed what blue represented and how it connects to Olivia and Jin Sul in part 2 of this series. Blue is a color that we see that I think either represents the dream world or is the bridge between both sides of the Mobius. We see it in Egoist, in Singing in the Rain, Cinema Theory, Up in Line teaser, and more. I'm not decided on what it means, but I believe it does relate to the dream world and the girl's shadows. The group of Hong Kong girls are reminiscent of Loona. They may be the girls that represent the full Loona group. One of the girls looks up, breaking out of the system, or her school, to go her own way. To look up, to see the light. She just needs to fly, to reach it, and take what she desires. Again, this is Loona's message of empowerment, interwoven into the lore. Cherry and Go-On sing that it starts with a small flap, as the students, after the singular one stood up, began to rise. When Kim Lip sings, in this moment, dreams may come true, the girl stands on her desk, looking towards the light. Since she'd taken the first step, or rather, the first flap of her journey of flight, then now, her dreams can come true, no matter what they entail. Empowerment in this video is reaching the climax at this part. As Go-On sings, "Wings, wings," the girl, who held an apple, whom I also believe is reminiscent of Olivia, throws off her jacket as she comes out of the tunnel. We saw these motifs in both X2X, the throwing of the jacket, which indicates shedding our old self, and X3X, Olivia coming out from under the tunnel, her wings repaired, ready to remove any inhibition and take flight into a bright future. The apple is also the fruit of knowledge, so this girl must be sure in herself and who she is. This also doubles as symbolism in the YY by Y storyline, though I'm not sure as to whether this girl mimics Go-On or Olivia, even though I lean more towards Olivia. As the remainder of the wings are sung, we see the same girls that we saw from the X3X teaser. The one that stood atop the balcony, which we know mimics Go-On, drops an apple from where she stands. And, as we know, the girl with the camera, who represents Chu, watched this happen. This alludes to the desire of Go-On to spread her enlightened knowledge with the other girls, especially YY by Y. Eve dropped an apple to Cherry as well and knew, which, as we know, granted Cherry access to all the knowledge she needed. Same with Go-On. Her hair literally became blonde. She physically changed because she was enlightened. Now, especially since she was the one to go back in a loop and attempt to right things and break the chain, she must especially be knowledgeable, and really is trying to spread this knowledge to the other girls. This connects back to our dream world theory. There is a discrepancy within the continuous loop that the girls are in, for they can't identify it and fix it in order to move on. So, with all of Go-On's efforts, of course she's going to be the one to try and spread this information. It's a bit like insanity. Insanity is, as said, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. The only way you'll break your mind's prison is to try something new to fix it, which we see the girls doing in each new lore installation. Remember that girl that stood at the edge of the building, overlooking her city? Well, here she is again, seen walking the limit of her plank as the lyrics "Till the End of the Road" are sung. Until we reach the city limits, until that dirt road runs out, until the ocean is the only thing we have left to roam to get to where we need to be, we must keep going. We must renew ourselves, and we must endure tirelessly in order to achieve our dreams. On the flip side of the coin, until the end of this loop, until Loona can meet their counterparts, they won't stop pursuing them. When Go-On sings, "On top of the clouds, synchronize," she is again alluding to the union of Loona within their dream world counterparts. Recall that in Hi Hi, the girls were soaring above the clouds to try and get there, but it was rewound. Here, with their newfound wings, the girls should be able to unite in the sky, so synchronize with their mirrors. Love is how we will unite with ourselves. Love is important when we envision our dreams, for we'll never achieve a single thing without both our hard work and love. And to love oneself is to love it holistically, every aspect of ourselves, whether we decide to show it to the world or not, because this, at our core, is who we are, and no alteration of our persona, no reputation maintained by others, and no societal perception can change that. Yin and yang. This world is made of inseparable, opposing pairs, and they are the aspects that maintain harmony in our world. Of course, when Starlight is said, we see three girls dressed the same as the Odd Eye Circle, whom we know sings that song. Starlight's lyrics actually reflect uniting with another, in this case, the girls' alter egos, very well. Maybe this was another little Easter egg that BBC included as something worth noting for future installations. It isn't until the lyrics, "You fly just like a butterfly, please fly higher," are uttered that we see the Loona girls come together to form one giant, functioning, united butterfly. We watch as they flap their synchronized wings. At this point, the lyrics changed. It's not "like this," it's "you just." Like Loona is telling us that it's simple to learn to love ourselves and take charge with who we are to achieve our dreams. They're saying, please fly higher, please carry yourself in a manner in which you have the means to get what you desire. Fight relentlessly for yourself and everything that you represent, everything that you know, desire, and believe. At this point as well, the global Loona girls are also releasing their inhibitions in flying. We see the girl in Hong Kong standing atop a cab with the crutch, ready to purge her old image just as Eve did in New by hitting the baby swan with the golf club. If that's the small flap that will allow the girl to move on from her past and bring her on the pathway to her future, then that will lead her to fly like a butterfly. Like her, all the other girls are taking actions to lead them down their destined path. One bites an apple, the other sheds her shawl, some begin to dance. After a while, they all begin to run down the path, just as Olivia did in X3X. The road that will never end. The road that they are fated to go down, that they are meant to go down. "Taking Me Far Away" is sung as they run, and yes, this is veritable. Our dreams have the capability to take us anywhere we can imagine. We've seen where the dreams can lead us in the Looniverse. Our wings, per se, will be the means we have to bring us there, to bring us even further, as the lyrics said as well. My favorite scene in the entire music video is the following one. I interpreted it in this way. The girl, with her wings spread open, goes down the open, vast road, with endless possibilities lining it. However, at the last second, she decides to veer left, to go off the road. Our society tells us where we should go, and what path we take. Especially as young women, everything in our life is marketed to us, like what clothes are acceptable, how we need to maintain ourselves to be attractive and not unique to ourselves, and what career women should do, not what careers women can do. They want to categorize us in every aspect, and we're never enough no matter what label we get. Everything about women's categories are crass. Prude or hoe, too fat or too thin, extremely rude or fake nice. Nothing ever has a good connotation unless you've hive-mindedly followed the masses in what they accept. Well, girls, I must say this. We've only got one life to live, so we might as well live it the way we define it. Fuck everyone else and their expectations. I'll never sell myself short again, and I'll never hope to be good enough in the people's minds. I am Twinfish. I go my own way, and I value unique intellect and individuality above all else. My wings carry me where I'm destined to go, because I believe in myself, and this world is mine to paint my own color. Whether I be purple, blue, pink, red, green, orange, or a particular shade of gray. That open road that the girl was running on has been traveled down thousands of times, and that pathway is linear and not unique to who she is. People laid down that asphalt expecting everyone to abide by it and to travel only on that road. That's why she goes off to the side. She'd better be around herself because that's all she has in this world, and that's all that's fueling her to pursue her dreams. She's taking the road less traveled to get to where her wings are taking her, and that's all she needs. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow, but we do know that going our own path, no matter the distance, feels worthy of our time because it's tailored solely to us and who we are. It will take us to where we're destined to be. Trust in your fate. There is no coincidence when it comes to our dreams and their fated outcomes. As mentioned in the first chapter, in an industry such as K-pop, in a society such as South Korea's, it's extremely important for this message to be heard. In places where blending in, where individuality is repressed, it needs to be said that we, as who we are worthy. Write that piece. Dye your hair tonight. Talk to the person you've silently been crushing on. Save for that trip. Study what your heart desires. Live your life and live it confidently and full of love. For BBC to have applied this narrative in a globally inclusive manner is an amazing feat, not only for their industry, but for the influence over Loona's fans. Most of Loona's fan base are international. Hatred is bred by confusion and anger. And I get it. Anything out of the societal norm is hard for people to latch onto or like. If a song isn't flawlessly digestible, and if they aren't properly managed in appearance and filtered speech, then it's hard for a domestic audience to get behind it. But I don't care. Awards and recognition would be nice, yeah, but Loona is giving me everything. They're helping me heal and inspiring me to just get up and do things. Take that small step, that small flap of your wings, and go with it, because we can't predict the amazing outcome that could follow it. You hold the power to mold your own reality, and those barriers are put up in hopes that you'd never realize it. Well, here we are, after having realized it. After having been with Loona for the duration of the butterfly era. So, what could come after this? It honestly is an open-ended question. I know you've all probably seen the latest teaser, the Burn teaser. In it, images from the Butterfly and the XX teasers are present and called back to. Perhaps this teaser will function just like the original XX teaser, where we closed out Hi Hi era and foreshadowed the coming era. Either way, I'm excited to see where BBC will take the lore next. So many different things could happen now. By now, in Loona's story, the characters are well established and developed, and we see their characterization through their actions and tribulations. Anything is really possible for our Girls of the Month. We've united. We've completed our moon. We've spread our wings and taken flight. Now, what will rise from the ashes of the things that we've burned? Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. I hope to expand my content a bit in the near future, and I don't know, if you guys show some support, it'd be much appreciated. Love you guys. Anyways, thank you again for watching. This is Twinfish, signing off.